because we just had an ice storm a couple weeks ago, and that created a lot of chaos in the foothills with downed trees and power lines. So that ice has already weakened some trees, and then you get, let's say, double-digit heavy snowfall accumulations on those trees and power lines. Power outages are going to be a major concern for the area, so you definitely want to make those preparations just in case your power was to go out. I mean, guys, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but the Weather Service, GSP, Greenville-Spartanburg's forecast discussion talked about this could be a generational storm for some portions of western North Carolina. So a generational storm means that it only happens once in a generation. I know that's kind of a sexy term that we've heard lately with 100-year floods or 500-year floods or 1,000-year floods, but you can kind of parallel that this could be one of those bigger storms. The blizzard of '93 is the benchmark for a lot of folks in the southeast with snowfall. And I mean, if the numbers continue to come out the way they are, we're going to rival those as well. I mean, we could rival in some areas the blizzard of '93. I'm not saying we're going to have a blizzard because the winds are not going to be anywhere like they were back in 1993, but the snowfall accumulation could rival some of those numbers that we saw in '93.
LeConte got like 60 and Mitchell got 40 during '93, I believe. Yeah.
So it's definitely a big concern here in the Carolinas, and just something we're gonna have to watch. And James, like you said, I know a lot of people are wanting those snowfall maps, but we just don't feel comfortable enough yet to produce those.
That's the full transparency, to be honest with you at home. We were hoping that by tonight we were going to have them, and we understand that certain television outlets, at least here in the Charlotte area, are going to start to produce them tonight. We will let you know that the National Weather Service in their briefings to emergency managers did start to produce them, but there has been some back and forth because everyone's still trying to get a handle on exactly how this is going to play out, and I want to again give you that visualization here of what we're talking about. I'm just going to let this play through. Again, this is going to move in Saturday night, be with us through most of Sunday, and is going to stick around kind of a backdoor situation where we're getting a little bit kick on a way out of the door here on Monday. So do keep that in mind when we talk about the impacts to your lifestyle, your events. It's going to impact your work on Monday morning and school as well too. But what I want to show you is kind of how the cold air kind of goes back and forth. And the best way you can see that is below freezing. That's snow. That's blue. Above freezing is rain. But you can watch, if I just hold my arm right here kind of over 85, you're going to see that the snow is going to sneak to the further south of my arm, and then the rain's going to sneak further north because it's going to go back and forth. So no forecast at this point is frankly accurate enough to tell you exactly where that line's going to be hour by hour, and I wouldn't be surprised as we get into this weekend if we come out of forecasting and come more into what we call nowcasting, which is here's what's happening now, here's what we expect over the course of the next few minutes. It's what you see all the time during the summer when we're tracking thunderstorms, is that we're just going to be tracking in real time where that freezing line is, what is above 32, what is below 32, and I think it could change several times throughout the location that you may be watching this from if you're in the Piedmont. But of course, let's stress, and Scotty mentioned it a minute ago, if you're in the foothills, the mountains, any of those higher elevation areas, there's really no doubt that you're in for a very impactful winter weather event, and you need to be preparing now because you could be inside for several days. So that's food, water, medicine, whatever you may need to keep yourself safe, sane, entertained, but warm. So if you depend on electricity for heat, there is a situation here where a large number of people could be without power for a few days, and so start making those preparations now. Scotty?